What do I say? That's actually the first thing that everybody wants to ask if they want to be a professional coach. Now, what do you actually say? There's a lot of things to consider if you want to be a professional coach. You have to know what you need to say or what you want to say. The game here is how you actually say it. Who are you doing it for? Who is your audience? Where are they from? What do they do? You have to carefully profile.
Show's already starting. Just playing my promotional video right now. So if you guys are watching, just head on over to our Facebook page. Once again, it's www.facebook.com/yourinnervoiceworkshops.
The chick and the guy. If that's in your mind right now, you might be the wrong. So you want to be an MC. Do you have what it takes? My name is Moxx de Vera, and I'm a full-time professional coach. I'm also a voice talent and a voice actor. I'm also an event consultant and now a hosting coach. As a host, you have to perform at a certain level and no less. And this is how you know that not everybody can do this job. Knowing what to say in front of an audience comes from preparation. As an MC, it's not really about you. The spotlight will be on you, but it's not you who celebrates. We're like magicians. We have to create the illusion that nothing is happening in the background. There's chaos going on, but what people see is us being calm and confident.
Hey guys, if you're watching right now, just to let you know, I'm broadcasting live on Facebook page, doing a live coaching session. So if you guys want to tune in, just head on over to our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/yourinnervoiceworkshops. And I'll be starting the session at exactly 8 p.m. Yep.
Your inner voice is your gut feeling. You have to master your voice, your body, and yourself. Because when your instinct tells you something, you have to immediately assess and take action. Because this is where your confidence starts from. There are 3 keys that you need to master to become a good coach. Prepare, practice, and perform. You have to learn this by doing it. My workshops have activities, drills, and exercises that will stimulate your skills. And once you understand how to use it, this can unlock your full potential to be the best version of yourself. This workshop will help you become a well-rounded public speaker. It will also help you develop your voice and discover what else you can do with it, and everything else that can help you improve as a person and as a professional. I will equip you with information on how to protect your voice and your body language, and how you can use it powerfully and efficiently. If you want to be the best, you have to allow yourself to learn from other successes and even failures. I think that would be your greatest secret. Whatever your strengths and trademarks are, that's you. What you're going to hear from me in this workshop is how you can discover it. I don't want you to suffer, so I created a social media community. It's a support group. So if you have any bright ideas, if you have any questions, or anything you want to control, you have a space you can call in. I cannot think of anything else that I would rather be doing than this. I have learned so much things. I have met a lot of people, and there's just this certain satisfaction of knowing that people appreciate your work. I want you guys to experience this, and with the right guidance, I know you can get this. This is my legacy. Basically, I just want to pass down the torch to you. And from there, you can build your own legacy. It can't get any easier than that. If you're still watching till now, I know you're interested. So please like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/yourinnervoiceworkshops, and sign up with our workshops now. The choice is yours. This is Moxx de Vera, and this is Your Inner Voice Hosting Workshop. We'll see you real soon.
And there you go. Good evening to everybody. Hello to all the netizens out there. Netizens of the Philippines, netizens of Metro Manila, especially all the netizens that are home on their mobile phone, on their desktop, whatever. This is Coach Moxx, and I'm back for another live coach sessions. And this is going to be for another hour of learning. And I hope you guys can stick around for about an hour. And I'll be sharing a lot of tips and techniques for today's session. And so how about we introduce today's session? Our session for today is, let me tell you what it is. And I'm still trying to learn this... Yan. Okay, so that is what we're going to be having today. Our topic for today is how to win your first client. Yan. And that's what we're going to be doing today. I'll be telling you how you can get your first gig. Ayan, para sa lahat ng mga aspiring talents, para sa lahat ng mga gustong matuto mag-host. Siyempre, ang pinakamahirap dyan is how to start your career as a professional host and how you can get ahead at makuha yung unang gig nyo. So, if you guys are tuned in tonight, I hope you guys can learn a little bit something. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, just comment it down below. We got our comment section right there. Just post it, and hopefully I'll get to read it and respond to it. Yeah. I'll also be having a special guest tonight, a secret surprise guest. Hopefully, she'll be able to accommodate. Yeah, so yun yung hint natin, she's a she. Ayan. So I especially asked her to join me tonight so that I can share with you guys as well from her own experiences, yung mga, what do you call this? Yung mga tips and techniques niya rin. From her own business. Ayan. Okay, so just to say a little disclaimer here, I have a green screen on my back, so I'm not in a real studio. Of course, you can see some grainy lines over there, and my hair is disappearing a little bit. Hindi po ako si Casper. And yeah, medyo nagfi-fail yung green screen ko, but that's an upgrade. Hopefully, I'll be able to fix it on the next live session. But anyway, here we go. Okay, so we have 1 hour of learning, and let me tell you what's gonna be happening in a few. All right, here's the thing. Lahat tayo gusto natin matutong mag-host. And when we actually get to do that, our problem is how to get our first client. Ngayon, it's a vicious cycle. It's very tricky. It becomes a very vicious cycle on how you can get your first few clients. The problem is, ang clients gusto nila ng pruweba. Okay? Gusto nila ng pruweba on how you perform. Yung diction nyo, yung stage presence nyo, yung if you have commanding presence. We're back. Okay, good. And as I was saying, for the ladies, ang gusto naman ng mga clients, syempre, if appealing yung person, if presentable yung tao. Of course, yung manner of speaking. Kasi di ba minsan, I hear from clients that they prefer a male host over a female host kasi yung mga female hosts natin, yung mga friends ko na female host daw, matining yung boses. Ayan. And I can't speak for everybody, but it may be true, and at some point they're right. Diba? Hindi naman nila may iwasan kung matining yung boses nila, but you know, maybe their strength is in entertainment. Magaling sila magpa-games, magaling sila mag-engage ng audience. But then again, to each his own, diba? Kung itong client na to gusto nila ng lalaki kasi may commanding presence, malalim yung boses, pag narinig ng mga tao yung boses, makikinig sila. Okay? For some cases, female hosts are it's different game altogether for them. Syempre kung female host ka, ang labanan dyan, minsan sexy, or minsan funny ka, or overall entertainment, or maybe you're inquisitive, di ba? Marami kang insights, magaling ka magsalita. Anyway, my point is, paano ka makakakuha ng client kung naghahanap ang client ng pruweba pero wala ka pang first client, di ba? Where will you get your first client if you don't have any videos of yourself or any proof that you have been doing this for a while? Di ba? That becomes tricky. So I'm here to tell you that your first clients are not that hard to find. Okay? So the reason why I'm doing this kasi gusto kong i-share sa inyo kung paano nyo mahanap itong mga first clients nyo. So how about we let's get to it. How to win your first clients. Ako, I invented this particular method, if I would say so. I coined this concept for everybody to be able to grasp easier yung itong topic natin for tonight. It's a bit tricky, but if you guys master this, then good for you. So what do I mean by that? It all boils down to attempt. Diba? Think of the word attempt. If you don't try, you don't get to it. If you don't even make an effort, or if you don't experience it at first, for the first time, then you won't be able to have that opportunity or experience. If you don't attempt, you won't have that particular experience at all. But then again, when I say attempt, okay, I just want to make sure if I have audio. Let me just check. Yeah, I do have audio. That's good. Okay, so when I say attempt, eto, ginawa ko lang siyang acronym. Okay, you know how professional speakers get the audience and make them learn. It's easier for you guys to learn if you can think of the acronym. So I made it up. I made an acronym, attempt, with all these letters. Let's try to learn how to win your first client. So here we go. First is letter A, ask around. What do I mean by that? If you guys want to ask around, if you guys want to get your first client, you need to look for them. You have to ask around. Sino ba yung unang tatanungin nyo? Syempre, ang unang tatanungin nyo dyan, yung mga immediate family nyo, yung inner circle nyo, yung family nyo. And these people will grant you your first client. And I'm gonna tell you, sila yung unang tutulong sa'yo. Bakit? Pamilya mo yan eh. Not unless you have issues with them, but you know, that's not a topic I want to touch on. But anyway, yeah. So your immediate network would be your family, your friends, or your colleagues. Kasi ito yung mga taong nakakasalimuho mo every day. Ito yung mga taong kasama mo araw-araw, nakakausap mo araw-araw. These people can vouch for you because they know you in and out. Di ba? Immediate family. If you have a big family, that's best. If ikaw yung bunso of the family, that's even better than best. if ikaw yung bunso ng pamilya, mas maganda yon. Kasi, you know, maraming matutulong sa'yo yung mga siblings mo. Ang mga siblings mo, meron yan sariling barkada. Meron yang sariling mga trabaho. And, you know, your mom and dad as well. Diba? Yung mom and dad nyo may be retired, but they still have their friends. And what do you ask of them? Okay. As a professional host, you have to be versatile. But the easiest or the most open industry, if I may say so, or the easiest industry to break into would be the wedding industry. Or the socials, di ba? Ito yung mga tinatawag na, itong category na to, tinatawag nating socials. And what do I mean by that? Social events are the ones that people pay you from their own pockets with. Okay? Para matandaan nyo lang. Ito yung pinambabayad ng tao from their own money.
not a company, not a finance organization or an organization who's paying for that. Okay, sariling pera. So, paano nangyari yun? Paano mo makukuha yung gig na yun? Okay? Let's say, for example, you ask your dad, hey, Dad, I know you're working at a multinational company. I'm sure that you guys have a lot of events, rewards and recognition, yung mga town hall gatherings, di ba? Product launch if brand sila, maybe year-end party, di ba? Maybe you can ask them for small events at first. Pwedeng mga what do you call this? Mga sales rally, di ba? Yung mga small events that you can host for them. Maybe they'll accept that for a good fee. Di ba? Starting ka pa lang, wala ka pa experience, so try mo muna sa mababang fee or maybe offer it for free. Di ba? This is only because I'm suggesting this only because baka mas madali nyo mabenta yung sarili nyo if you offer it for free since nagsisimula ka pa lang. The thing is, if you offer yourself for free, they might not see your value and what you do. Okay? So, pag-isipan nyo mabuti yan if you're gonna offer your services for free. Siguro kung hindi nyo i-offer yung sarili nyo ng libre, maybe gamitin nyo yung wardrobe fee, di ba? Yung damit na gagastusin mo na ipambibili mo ng damit, mari-reimburse mo. Okay? So, other than that, you can inquire within your proximity. Ano ba yung nasa proximity nyo? Village, di ba? If you live in a condo building, of course, yung building nyo, yung admin nyo, maybe you can leave flyers there. Maybe you can leave your business card there somewhere in the concierge or something. Or yung relatives nyo, di ba? You might live near them or maybe if they don't live near you, better kasi ibang city naman yung mako-cover mo, you'll never know. Other than that, ask around for mentorship. Okay? Ask around for mentorship. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Kung gusto niyo matuto, syempre, you have to have a mentor. And itong mentor na to, sila yung magbibigay sa inyo ng guidelines, ng guidance na rin. They'll advise you what not to do, di ba? Kung may mentor ka, malay mo, this person can even grant you your first gig, di ba? How do you get a mentor? Maybe you can tap a professional host or a public speaker maybe. You can tag along for free, watch them sa gigs nila, and then you ask questions after para may one-on-one session kayo. Then, it'll rub off on you. Diba? Makukuha mo eventually yung style niya or yung techniques niya, and it will help you a lot. Okay? So ask around. Other than that, what else? So yung proximity nyo, if you have a mentor or if you have friends, family, of course, ask for network. Diba? You're asking around na lang din, manghingi ka na rin ng potential clients mo. Mami, may mga office mates ka ba dyan na ikakasal? Or may office mates ka ba dyan na magdedebu or bibinyagan? Diba? Be the one to offer your service from your immediate family. Diba? Lahat yan may friends, may office mates, may colleagues, diba? May schoolmates maybe na magdedebu. Offer your service. Diba? Like I said, you can maybe start for free or maybe you can offer it at a really low price. In the industry, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's really frowned upon to lowball. And when I say lowball, ito yung offer yourself cheap. Kasi everyone else loses opportunity because, of course, people will prefer mas mababang bayad. But then again, like I said, it's a tricky situation kasi if in-offer mo yung sarili mo ng mababa, yun din yung value mo. So think about it. Okay? Other than that, if you want to ask around, might as well look for potential partners. Nagtatanong-tanong ka na lang din. Maybe you can tap someone to take videos of you while you host. Maybe you can ask someone to maybe market for you. Diba? Baka may kilala kang social media manager. This person can post on social media for you. Gawan kayo ng updates. Diba? You'll never know. Personal assistant, if you can afford them. Diba? You have to invest on those anyway. So yun. That's letter A. Ask around. So let me go to my second point. Yan, letter A. Now we're going to our second point, which is... Yan. So letter A is ask around. Letter T, let's find out what it is. Target your clients. Ayan. So, nagtanong-tanong na kayo. Alam nyo na kung sino yung mga pwede nyo kausapin. So, what do you do next? Of course, what you need to do next is to target na yung clients mo. So, you ask your immediate family. Oh, ito si ito si tita... Si Tita Baby, di ba? lahat ba di ba? There's always a Tita Baby in the family. Okay. So si Tita Baby mo may pamangkin yan, ikakasal. So maybe you can target that client na. Ilistan niyo na yan. Make a list, di ba? You can figure it out on your own. Make a list, then cross them out one by one. Di ba? That's how you do sales anyway. Para sa mga hindi nagsi-sales, yan, that's a great insight for you. Lista nyo yung potential targets nyo, then just keep on crossing it out as you go. Okay? Target your clients. It doesn't mean na sa sniper nyo sila. But if you know how to prospect the right client for you, hopefully you'll be able, your first few clients will be the ones who can stretch your network as well. If you pick your right targets, if you pick the right clients and you get the right first few clients, these will be the people who will appreciate you from your beginning. Okay? So don't forget that. Target your clients properly and know your prospects. Next. So that's the first T. In attempt, we have 2 T's or 3 T's. We'll talk about that in a bit. But our second T is... Yan. So, na-target mo na yung clients. Anong gagawin mo? Kakausapin mo sila. Yan. Yan ang susunod na gagawin nyo. So, what do we do with that? So, we need to talk to our clients. Na-target mo na sila. Ang problema, nahihiya ka. Mami, ikaw naman makipag-uusap kay Tita Baby kasi hindi kami masyado close. Okay, eto sabihin ko sa inyo. If you wanna be in this business, you have to suck it up. Kasi if hindi mo kaya makipag-usap sa clients, what makes you say that you can talk in front of people? If interpersonal, hindi mo nga kaya, what more if you're gonna be facing a crowd of 100 people? Baka mangatog kayo sa takot. Okay, so think about that if you really want to be in this job. Because if you don't want to be, if you want to be in this job, you have to have the guts. You have to suck it up. Ayan. But here's the thing. One of the tips that I have learned in hosting, and I've learned this a couple of times, is before you talk to your clients, you have to listen. Okay? Sasabihin ko na sa inyo, lahat ng successful na salesperson, lahat ng yumaman sa sales, hindi sila masyadong nagsasalita. Magaling sila magsalita, but they know how to listen. Ang magaling na salesperson, if you ask me, they are the ones who make you feel that you want to buy their product. Does that make sense? Diba? If you're a salesperson, you have to empathize with your target client. Kailangan alam mo yung nararamdaman nila, naiintindihan mo sila, alam mo yung gusto nila, at alam mo yung ayaw nyo. 'Di ba? Kasi kung hindi mo alam kung hindi niya alam kung ano yung gusto ng kliyente, then how would you know how to provide the right service to that person? Diba? One of the biggest questions that hiring a salesperson gets asked is, sell me this pen. Okay? Yun yung unang challenge. Sell me this pen. And ang palaging maling sagot ng mga newbies, na mga nasa sales training pa lang, first time ng sales, hindi pa nakaka-experience magbenta, ang ginagawa nila, sinasabi nila agad sa client yung features ng pen. But in reality, ang kailangan mong sabihin sa kliyente mo is, ano bang kailangan mo sa pen? Diba? May ballpen ako dito, pero ano ang gusto mo? Kasi baka hindi ito yung hinahanap mo. I would like to provide you something that you can use. Diba? So for example, you come across a client, and itong client na to, this person wants to have someone very funny. Gusto niya slightly comedic yung host na i-hire niya for their Christmas party. But the thing is, you're not funny. You're not a comedian. You're not you don't know how to throw a joke. Do you put yourself in the position of being their host just because you want that gig? Syempre hindi, di ba? Hindi mo isasabak yung sarili mo sa bagay na hindi mo naintindihan. Kasi you're setting yourself up to fail. Okay? So, let me just check in if Alex has chimed in yet. Wala pa. Okay. Anyway, hopefully Alex, yan, nasabi ko na tuloy yung surprise guest ko. Anyway, hindi nyo na makilala kung sinong Alex yan. But, yun. Anyway, yeah. Going back, pag na-offer nyo na yung services nyo, di ba? You get to talk to your clients. If you start offering your service, you have to keep them in the loop. You have to talk to your clients. Kasi kung in-offer mo yung services mo, tapos iniwan mo na siya doon, then ang palagay niyan is baka makalimutan ka pa niya. Keep them in the loop. Kumustahin niyo siya. Tita, kumusta na po kayo? Ano pa bang kailangan niyo sa event? May matutulong pa ba ako aside from hosting? Sino po ba attendees niyo? Diba? You get to know your clients a little bit more. If your client will not be someone in your immediate circle, diba? Maybe a complete stranger, all the more that you have to have a conversation with that client. Kasi if hindi mo kinakausap yung client mo, hindi mo siya makikilala. What if terror pala yung client mo? What if, knock on wood, difficult client pala tong na-encounter mo at hindi mo siya kilala? Then, you'll have to suffer that when the event begins. So you don't want that to happen. So you have to talk to your clients. If you also want to succeed in landing your first gig, never manipulate. Okay? In a way, salesperson ka dito, but if you're someone who manipulates people into luring them to agree with you, okay? Ang mga kliyente madaling makaamoy ng manipulator. So, try not to manipulate anybody. Okay? So again, if you have any questions or if you want to agree with me or disagree with me or challenge my insight, feel free to post a comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. Yun. So the more sincere that you are, going back to my topic, the more sincere that you are to your clients, the more loyal or the more close that you guys are gonna get. Diba? Malay mo, if medyo nagustuhan nila yung performance mo, tapos sincere ka sa kanila, tapos nabaitan sila sa'yo, maybe you get more. Diba? There's such a thing called a tip. Diba? Ang tip binibigayan pag extremely happy sila sa performance mo or generous lang sila. So you'll never know. Talk to your clients. It will be good for you. Okay? So let's go to our next. Ayan, ito pa pala. So, isa pa pala, di ba, sa letter T, build trust. Yan. Ano bang ibig sabihin yan? Kailangan, kung sincere ka sa kliyente mo, you have to earn their trust. And being sincere with them will win that, yung trust nila. And that, I'm gonna tell you, that will go a long, long way. If you build your trust with your clients, I assure you, they will be the most loyal clients that you'll have, and you'll never know, baka sila pa yung magbigay sa iyo ng next client nyo, di ba? Ako personally, I'm gonna tell you guys that some of the best clients that I have are also the ones who gave me a lot of gigs. Okay? Friends ko na sila sa labas kasi naging close na kami kasi every time that they engage me, I learn a little about them, they learn a little more about me, and eventually nagiging friends ko sila. And the more that we have this trust, the more that we have this relationship, the better our relationship gets, the more trust that they have in me. So they can always vouch for me and say na, oh, ito si Moxx, ito yung nag-host ng mga events namin. Kunin nyo to kasi subok na namin to, gusto namin yung performance niya, and that's it. Diba? You'll never know. Win your first clients, build your trust, and win them forever. Yan. Okay, let's go to our next letter. Yan. So talk to your clients, ask around, target your clients, talk to your clients, and build trust. And we now go to letter E. Ano ang letter E, mga kaibigan? Ooh, expose yourself. But that's not what it means, okay? When I say expose yourself, I'm not telling you guys to flash your clients. For heaven's sake, do not do that. And if ever that you do that, I do not know you at hindi nanggaling sa akin ang ginawa nyo. Okay? I'm gonna disown you. When I say expose yourself, you have to get yourself out there. You have to experience things. You have to touch the world. You have to touch the lives of other people. You have to experience new culture. You have to experience new things. Try things that you haven't done, diba? If you expose yourself to different things like art, sports, culture, diba? This will give you a lot more experience, and these experiences will give you a lot of things to say. I'm going to tell you personally that this has helped me a long, long way. When I exposed myself to different gigs, syempre minsan, pag-iisipan mo kung tatanggapin mo ba yung gig na yon, kasi isipin mo, kaya ko ba to? Parang hindi ko pa na-experience yon. So before I experience something, I do a little research as much as I can. So when I step into that gig, I know a little something about it, and I don't just blabber and say the wrong things, diba? If I'm gonna be, for example, if I'm gonna be hosting an Indian event, which I haven't done, I would like to learn to host an Indian event. Although, hindi ko alam kung kumukuha sila ng male host. And I think papayag naman sila kasi sabi nila mukha naman daw ako Indian. But anyway, yeah. I'd like to try hosting an Indian event. I heard it goes for days, and syempre more income. That means more income for me. But more than that, Indian culture is very rich, and learning their culture and how the Indian weddings go might be very interesting. So if I'll be exposed to that, at least maka-attend man lang, I'd be grateful. I would like to learn. I would like to see how Indian weddings go, what they do, their traditions, their customs, their, di ba, may superstitions pa minsan yan na nakakabit. So yun, expose yourself. If you're not sporty enough, maybe you would like to try a new sport and get into that. diba? And make it a hobby and make it a new thing. Meet new friends. Diba? Kasi kabit-kabit yan. If you expose yourself, meet new people, these will also become your brand new network. Ibang branch ng network yan. Ako, I have friends from hosting. I have friends from my basketball group. I used to have friends when I went boxing and Muay Thai. Diba? Iba-iba yan. These connections will give you better reach into landing clients, diba? Kung hindi man yung first client nyo, future clients. Never lose your contacts or your connections kasi you'll never know when they're gonna need you, diba? Pag nakalimutan ka nila, sayang yung opportunity. So if you're always around them, if you're always active, if you're always around, they're gonna remember you and they're gonna reach out to you anytime, and this will help you a lot. Ayan. So that's letter E. Expose yourself. Yan. And to add, expose yourself positively. Okay? And i-reiterate ko lang, do not flash your clients any way, anyhow, any day. So expose yourself positively. Baka naman kasi you get exposed to the wrong crowd. And you know what I mean. Hindi ko na expound yan. I don't want to step on any feet. Just expose yourself with the right people and the right crowd, with the right experience, and you'll be fine. Okay, let's move on to our next tip. Let's go to letter M. Market yourself. Yan. Ito napaka-importante. So, na-expose mo na yung sarili mo. Nakahanap ka na ng clients, na-expose mo na yung sarili mo. Now, you have to market yourself. If you don't know how to market yourself, then hindi ka mag-expand. Hindi lalawak yung reach mo. If you know how to market yourself, you can reach different lengths of your career. Okay? When I say this based on experience, kasi when I started out, puro word of mouth lang, referral, kakilala ko ni ganito, kinukuha ako. So I thought of doing a Facebook page. Diba? So nag-start out ako, I took videos of myself and posted on Facebook page, on my Facebook page, which is, by the way, ano ko na rin, my Facebook page is www.facebook.com/moxthehost. Ayan. Paki-like na rin yung Facebook page ko. So yeah, kung gusto nyo ma-expand yung inyong what do you call this? Yung inyong brand. Your brand is yourself, di ba? Kung gusto nyo ma-expand yung brand nyo, you have to let yourself out. You have to spread yourself out as wide as you can. And Facebook page is one way to do it. You can post your videos. Maybe you can create a YouTube channel. That's up to you. If whatever social media you want to use. Streaming, you can also do that. Diba? Just to share a short story. As soon as I published my Facebook page, I felt that it wasn't enough. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, parang medyo nakukulangan ako. People can find me through Facebook page, through Facebook and my Facebook page, but I told myself, if I want to level up, I have to have the right equipment. I should be equipped with the right things. So ang ginawa ko, inipon ko yung kinikita ko sa gigs, and I eventually invested on a website. Okay? I bought my own domain. I bought my own account and created my account. So if you want to check out an example, my Facebook, my website is, let me put it down for you here. It's www.moxthehost.com. And let me show you that right now. Add banner and babam. Yan. So check it out, moxthehost.com. That's my website. Nilalagay ko dun yung portfolio ko, yung mga videos that I have collected. I'm also a voice talent. So yung mga projects that I've accomplished, the projects that have been published on television, digitally, on Facebook lang. Yan, lahat doon showcase ko doon kasi I want to show my clients what I can do. Aside from that, I also created a YouTube page, a YouTube channel rather. I don't do vlogs or I haven't really become a vlogger yet, but doon ko pinopost yung mga videos ko. So whenever someone types on Google, search for professional host, I use the keyword professional host. So every time that they search for a professional host or an MC, lalabas yung pangalan ko somewhere around 20 hits. Diba? When you search on Google, diba, may lines yan. First, yung search engine, yung lalabas. Siguro mga nasa pangatlong page ako. I haven't optimized it yet, but if you know SEO or search engine optimization, use that to your advantage. So when they do search for hosts, you can, put out your name as easy as that. Okay. So another level up that you might want to do is to create a business card. Okay. Let's say you have one foot in the business. Diba? Naka-start ka na, you have a few gigs. If you have a business card handy, okay, and this has worked a lot of times. I'm gonna tell you, I've downed siguro 3 boxes na ng business card, and there are a lot of other opportunities that you can use business cards with. Trade shows, yung mga pwede mong iiwan yung business card mo sa like restaurants or cafes, diba? You just drop your card there. Or sometimes pag medyo bold yung feeling ko, bold ako, I would even leave my business card sa cafe or sa restaurant. Iwan ko lang doon para pag may nakadampot na next customer, parang, uy, professional host, baka kailanganin ko to in the future. Tago niya yon. So that's one technique that you can do. Okay? That came from me. So yon, if you want to, you just really have to put yourself out there. Market yourself. If you can join events, pwede ka mamigay ng flyer doon. You can create a flyer, but why make a flyer when you have a business card? But it's really up to you. Kung ano mga, if you have other businesses or other rackets that you wanna do, that's really up to you. So there. Again, if you have any questions, just post it online, and I'll be ready for you guys. Ayan. So I think my special guest is about ready. Let me just send a text message really quick. Okay, so let me try. We have 2 letters. So just before we have our special guest. And so that's next tip, market yourself. We got 2 more letters left. Let's check out what letter P is. Perform, fail, and learn. What? Coach Moxx, you're absurd. Why do you want us to perform and fail? Okay, failure is the best teacher, and I will say that with all my heart because I have failed a lot of times, even during my performances. Okay, when you perform, you have to perform at your best. Never do half-cocked performances, kasi that's gonna make things hard for you. Kung ang puso mo wala dun sa performance mo, mararamdaman ng tao yan. So if you don't want to fail as a performer, do it at 100%. Do it at 200% if you want. Okay? if you guys want to succeed in this business, you have to be very passionate. You have to show your audience that you want to do this, and this is what you do, and what you do is the best. You always have to have that mindset. So if you guys, never half cock anything, if if you know what I mean. But if you do fail, okay, and I'm gonna tell you that 80% of the time, there will always be something that you'll fail with when you're performing. Even at my level, at 6 years, I still fail. Di ba? Nagkakaroon pa rin ako ng issues sa performance ko sometimes. And, I have to bounce back from that. And it's not easy, di ba? It's easier said than done, but if you do fail, don't linger. Don't stay in that failure phase of yourself. Use that failure to climb up the ladder. Kasi hindi ka magle-level up if hindi mo naramdaman yung hirap eh. Parang if you're working out, di ba? If you're raising dumbbells and you're doing bicep curls and you're doing like 50 of that in one go, that's not going to help your muscle. It's just going to wear you out. But literally, you never gained anything. If you want to become better, you have to put more challenge. You have to put more weights into that bicep. Pag naramdaman mo na yung strain in about 12 repetitions or even 10, then you know it's working. And if you rest, di ba? Mararamdaman mo yan, hindi mo na magagalaw yan. The next 2 days, sasakit yan, lalagnatin ka pa if that's the case. But if it does happen, you know it worked. And if you learn from that, and if hindi nyo siya tinake as if you don't take it as a bad thing, failure will be your best teacher. Ang masama dyan, pag nagkamali ka, tapos inulit mo pa. Diba? Ibig sabihin, hindi ka natuto. So, that will immediately tell something about yourself and your character. So if you want to become better, you always have to realize failure after failure and learn. Diba? Ika nga, dun sa sinabi ko dito, you have to perform, fail, and learn. Hindi ka pwede mag-perform lang. Kailangan kung mag-perform ka at nasanay ka na dun sa performance mo, you try something new. Pag tinry mo yung bago na yon at nag-fail ka, ibig sabihin, hindi siya gumana, you have to remodel. You have to reformulate. You have to go back and start from scratch, go back to the drawing board and plan and learn and then succeed. Diba? Wouldn't that be better? Right? Yeah. So there. Which brings me to our last letter before we have our special guest, and hopefully she's about ready. Baka nagpe-prepare lang si special guest natin. Let's go to our last testimonials. Okay. Just before that, I'd like to say a quick hi to I don't know how these guys are from H&I, Hands and Inclusion. Moxx de Vera Moxx. Yan, full name. And si Roylan Marlang. Ayan, hi guys. Thanks for tuning in and for supporting me. Talk to you guys soon. Ayan. So lastly, we come to our last letter for our acronym. Testimonials. Okay. Sabihin na natin, God thanked na nakakuha ka na ng first gig mo. Congratulations. You are now a legitimate professional. You got paid for your first gig, or maybe you didn't get paid, but you did your first job, so good for you, good on you. Now, what do? You have to ask for testimonials. What does that mean? Diba? Ang testimonials kasi, ito ang magpapakita sa ibang tao dun sa performance mo. Ang masama dyan kung pangit yung testimonial nila. Pero syempre, wag nyo nang gamitin yon. Wala naman nagsabing gamitin mo yun, di ba? Ang sabi ko lang naman, humingi ka ng testimonial. So if you guys wanna learn, if you guys wanna upgrade yourself, syempre people have to see how good you are and how well you did with your previous work. So now, yun, you have to ask for testimonials. Either you can ask for videos, maybe ask them to blog about you. Yeah, medyo narcissist, but some people do that. Luckily, you have friends from media that will be more than willing to do that for you. If that's the case, then good for you. If you are also on Facebook, or if you have a Facebook page, testimonials or reviews are the best, diba? Kasi syempre, parang ano yan eh. If you buy in Lazada, diba? If you buy from Lazada, you're kind of suspicious of the product, so you check it out, you read the specifications, the details, the description of your of the product that you want to buy, and then what you do, you go to the review page. Ano bang sinasabi ng mga tao about this? 5-star ba to? 1-star ba to? Pasado ba sa standard nila yung product na to? May defects ba palagi? Late ba sila? So those are the things that you want to consider if you want to become a successful professional host, or if you want to land your first gig. Syempre, pupunuin nyo muna yan. Kung gusto nyo ma-publish yung Facebook page nyo, get a few photos, get a few videos before you post it on Facebook, and then if you have successfully had your gigs, make someone do a testimonial for you. Okay? All right. So thank you very much. That makes up our all the acronyms, or all the letters that we have. In summary, we have attempt. That is what you need to have, or that's what you need to do in order to land your first client. Ask around, target your clients, talk to your clients, and build trust. Expose yourself positively, market yourself, perform, fail and learn. Yan, wag niyo kakalimutan yung learn, ha? And lastly, ask for testimonials. Okay, so that concludes all my my tips. Now I would like to share with you guys my special guest. Let me just set up my speakers so I can also hear her. Ayan, ipapakilala ko na ang ating very special guest. She is an excellent female host. She's one of the best hosts in the industry, and she's also a voice talent. You might have heard some of her projects on commercials, on different projects, yung mga sa office, yung mga corporate videos, might have heard those. And syempre yung mga videos niya sa Facebook, you might have seen that. So I now present to you the very alluring Miss Emcee.
Wow! Alluring! What an introduction!
What's up, Alex? How are you?
I'm good. Congratulations on your baby.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
How are you? How have you been?
Ito, thankfully, buhay pa. And to be quite honest, I'm very busy, and I am very grateful for that. So there's still work coming in despite everything.
Yeah. That's practically the reason why I asked you to guest tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi guys, para lang malaman nyo kung gaano ka-busy itong babae na to, siya yung isa sa mga pinaka-active sa pag-post ng mga racket. Okay, let's not say racket.
Then, I'll get to that, and I'll get to that. I'm happy you raised that. I'm happy. I'm happy that you get to have all those opportunities. Very, very good for you. Kasi ako, I'm crying a river. Kaya, kailangan na natin kumayon. Moxx, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
Ayan, so anyway, Alex here will be sharing with you guys some important tips on how she got her first few clients. Ayan. Maybe Alex, you can also share your background on how you started in this industry, how you got your feet on the ground and started running. Ayan, para they get the experience. All right.
Okay. Well, first off, Moxx, thank you for having me tonight on your show. You're giving me a platform to talk to people who trust you. Moxx trust. Yeah, but first question, how's my audio? Is it okay?
Yeah, it sounds
great.
good to me.
Okay, good. Hello, everyone who's watching. Moxx wanted me to share with you just a few tips or just a brief background on how I started with hosting. To be honest, I was hosting at a very young age, school programs, and the like. So at a very young age, I was exposed to that world because my parents are both in the broadcasting industry. My mom was a newscaster. My dad was a DJ. Together, they built radio stations in the province. And so I was lucky enough to have that kind of exposure at a very young age. However, in school, alam naman mga magulang gusto nila yung trabaho mo as you grow older is kailangan either abogado ka or doctor or nurse, di ba? Sabi nga ni Jokoy, parang he wanted to be a comedian. Ang sabi ni nanay sa kanya, parang, who said you're funny? So parang ganon. But, so in school, I took up legal management because I did have an interest in law. However, I guess lumabas talaga yung passions ko for using my voice for a higher purpose. So in hosting, I think, it started after a few years of me working in the sales industry. I was in sales for 9 years. I had a corporate life. I was a corporate slave. I just never really lost the love for talking or for hosting. And I had a colleague who on the side, she would also organize events. And she said that she was looking for a host. And that time I said, okay, this is my opportunity. I literally, without any gigs to my resume or any, how do you call it, reviews to my name, I said, hey, you know what? I would like to give that a shot if you would let me, and I would even do it for free. And she did, so she was probably the first person professionally to trust me enough to take upon a hosting gig. It was a wedding, and I actually did that for 2,000 pesos. Yeah, this was back in 2014. I had already had my son. He was 1 year old. So you can just imagine what Moxx was saying, crying a river, kailangan natin kumayod. I think everyone can relate. And at that time, I think it kind of speaks to how you love your craft and how much you really want to pursue it, that I was willing to do it for 2,000 pesos and drive all the way to Batangas and back home just so I could host. So that was my first ever professional hosting as an adult. And since then, that's how I kind of hit the ground running, as Moxx has said a while ago. It's just to put yourself out there. And you have to understand that it's about building your portfolio. But before anything else, let's just rewind just a bit. I honestly have to say that you have to have the right mindset, the right intentions, a good attitude before coming into this, because most people think that you are in the spotlight. Yes, you are in the spotlight, but your job as a host is not to be in the spotlight. It is to shine the light on situations, on events, on people who are not so keen on grabbing the light and shining it upon themselves. So for those of you who have an interest in hosting and talking, I honestly urge you to go back to that basic of understanding why. And is it something that you want to do long term? Is it something that you see yourself helping other people? For example, in weddings, and making sure that you give the couple a night to freaking remember. Because weddings, they happen only once in your lifetime. Sana. Sana. And in other events, such as corporate events, these people have worked very, very hard in coming up with their concepts and the marketing materials and the marketing strategies. And you want to make sure that you understand where they're coming from, because this is not just about money making. I'd like to believe that corporations are here because they started out just like any of us would. They believed in something and they wanted to make it work. So if they've chosen you as a host, that's a very big deal. That's huge. That's insanely humbling that they would want you to work with them in, getting their communications across, getting their message across to thousands, millions of people. It could just even be one person. So back to the basics, is attitude and your intentions and why. And what other things about hosting? So that's how it got started. And then I just started to, I sent out my resumes, not really resumes, but I was actively looking for jobs. I think Moxx and I are in the same group, right? We have these groups where they're just like actively looking for talents, and then you just really have to, hindi pwedeng antay-antay ka lang. Nako, walang mangyayari sa'yo. You have to be, if you want it, you go get it. No one else is going to work for you except yourself. And if you think that you're entitled, that just because you think you're good and people are going to give you the job, I'm sorry to say that's not how it works. You have to continually keep improving and continually keep up a very good rapport with your clients, with your colleagues, with your fellow hosts, to keep getting jobs. So yeah. Diba, Moxx?
Yeah, that's right. Very important in your relationship mo, not only with your other peers in the industry, but also with the people that you work with. Kasi pag nasira rin yung reputation mo sa kanila,
tama,
what comes around goes around. Diba?
Yes.
So you don't want to have a bad reputation. You know what they say, diba? You don't want to shit where you eat.
Oh my God, are we allowed to say this? Holy!
This is my show. I can say
I love it. I love it.
No, but yeah, diba? I mean, cussing aside, you don't shit where you eat. So you don't want to make dirty where you sleep, diba? So you also have to protect your reputation. Pero I want to ask you literally, what did you do to grab your first gig ever? Was it handed to you, or was it offered dahil yun nga, parang you were in the circle?
No, actually, I wasn't in any circle at all. At that time of my life, I was so focused on making a living so I can, take care of my son. So I was in the corporate world for such a long time. But one of my colleagues, because I used to handle SM, so you would meet other sales agents, to talk to the buyers and stuff. So she was one I would see every Wednesday, and she had recently told me that on the side, she would organize events. So may sideline din siya. Mm-hmm. And then she said that, kinamusta ko siya, sabi ko, how are things going? How's the event? She's like, actually, we still need a host, ganyan, ganyan. When she said that, I realized, okay, this is it. Am I going to present myself, or am I just going to back down and just let the opportunity pass me by? So I said, hey, you know what? I would really like to be your host. And if you would allow me, I would like to do it for free just to get my profile going and getting it started.
See, that's what she did. Yeah, that's what I also told them. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. But I know some people now will advise us, or you, for those of you who are starting, to do things for free. I think if you're really willing to, sige, that's your decision, pero get something out of it, especially in these times, because you're still giving effort, you're still putting yourself out there, kahit minimum lang. And that's what my friend did for me. She paid me 2,000 pesos.
Oh,
diba?
You see this. That's what I told told everybody here, that if you want people to see value in you, you have to put value to yourself first.
Yes.
Kasi if you don't put yourself out with a certain value, that's how they're gonna see you then. So if you give yourself out for free, pro bono, and it's a very big event, tapos gusto mo lang kasi makuha yung event, so you do it for free, then baka okay-okayin ka lang nila. So, diba? That happens. And, as a professional, you have to grow from that.
That's true. And I think with you and I, we learned eventually how to how do you say it? Rate ourselves or value the kind of work that we're giving. Because sometimes there will come a time in your career where there's a very big client, and because you want to land the project so much, so you're willing to do it for an X deal, or not necessarily getting cash amount, but you are getting something. Just make sure you're getting something.
Oh, or sometimes, parang they really, 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 really want you, like 5 reelies. really like you, parang like the song.
Yeah.
They really, really like you, but the budget is just this amount, and your rate is that amount. So, it becomes a judgment call if you're gonna accept it or if you're gonna reject it. Dahil sa price. So it's tricky kasi you don't want people to think na mukha kang pera. At the same time, you don't want to, lowball yourself just to, get a gig. So it's still a judgment call.
I'm glad you brought that up, Moxx, about lowballing, because what you have to realize, for those of you who are watching, when you lowball yourself, you lowball the entire industry.
Oh yes, yan. That's a very good advice. That's a very big issue. Minention ko na rin yan kanina while I was explaining my acronym. People frown upon yung lowballing ng rate. So if you guys want to attempt that, that's up to you. But we gave you a fair warning. So if you want to put yourself in that position, that's really up to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
No comments.
No more comments. No further comments, Your Honor. So do you have any advice for those beginners, or for those who want to be hosts but they don't know where to start? What would your best advice be?
I would start with your family events. Go ahead, grab the mic. Even if your grandmother won't give it to you, you grab it from her and you start hosting the heck out of your event, di ba?
Just don't grab it pag lasing, di ba?
Pag lasing, but alam mo yun, like tipong if your tita is hosting it, don't be afraid to say, what, tita, I'll be the one to do it, because I wanna hone my hosting craft, my hosting art. I think that's where you should start also, is just to give you, because who better to tell you to your face if you need to improve in these areas or not than your family. So I think you should start from there. And then also, like Moxx and I, just actively put yourself out there and actively look for jobs. And, no one else is going to convince these people to hire you except you. So do what you can to improve yourself. And I think it's also great that you start to brand yourself and figure out your identity, because clients also like to work with hosts who also represent that message and that brand that they're trying to carry out.
Yeah, very well said. And another advice that I can give everybody here, if you want to, if you want to get your career started, you have to start somewhere. You have to invest. And what better to invest with is hosting workshop webinar.
That's true.
Sorry,
that's true.
Magpa-plug na lang din ako. But yeah, not just because I'm doing this workshop webinar. That's why.
Okay, Moxx, would you allow me to talk for you this time so that people don't really see it like, oh, he's just
sure.
Okay, you guys. What Moxx is saying is 100% correct. For someone who has no background in hosting and no background in communications, I mean, it's kind of a little cocky to go out there pretending that you know everything and pretending that you do know the first thing about hosting when you don't. And so there's no shame in asking for help, no shame in wanting to learn. I respect you for doing that. So it's important to find hosting workshops like this, like Moxx, for example, who has been in this industry for such a long time and who can actually give you factual advice and from experience.
Huwag mo sabihin such a long time, baka sabihin nila
mga 50 years, guys. Take my word on that. So naman, credibility ko nawawala.
Sorry.
No, but like, this is not bullshit, okay? It's not bullshit. It's really, you want to learn, then you go where you're supposed to learn. Pwede na.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you for defending my honor.
No, it's the truth.
Yeah, well, Alex makes a good point. Aside from the workshop that I'm promoting na rin, I wish we had these things when it was we were starting.
Yep, yep.
You started in radio, diba?
I did at a very young age because my dad was a DJ, so I had that exposure, and then hosting somehow came second after radio. So yeah.
That's also where I started my hosting career. But the thing is, when I started in radio, wala akong background. Parang I was like fed to the shark. So you sound like you can be on radio. You want to try? Okay, I auditioned, I passed, and here's what you do. Ta-da! So my first month on radio, the student jocks were like, parang they were 3 levels higher than I was. Yeah. Mas magagaling pa sila sa akin. And like what I said earlier dun sa acronym ko, when you perform, you have to fail and learn.
Yeah.
Kaya ko na discover na kaya ko mag-host is because I failed in radio. Okay? I want to be in radio. Radio doesn't want me. not that I failed in radio, but it's just that my skills are not specifically for radio. Probably. That's why I'm not in radio. So I discovered that I am better in live hosting, and this is where I flourished. Diba? So I took that failure and learned from it. And if there were things like these, itong mga workshops nung panahon na yun, it would have been easier for me to have learned all these things. Yeah. And isa sa mga, well, just to let you know na rin, Alex, isa sa mga tinuturo ko sa workshops is how it feels to be a DJ. And here's the thing. I never stuck around long enough to get known as a DJ, but I know how it feels, and I've miserably failed a lot of times during my first few months.
I'm sure it wasn't that bad.
Oh, it was that bad. My station manager had to call me up and say, Moxx, you kept on saying good evening. You said it for like 5 times in the last 2 minutes. Okay. First, that was my first solo on-air session on the first station that I was with. So I horribly learned from that.
But I mean, you're not alone, Moxx. I think every DJ's first time on air, like solo, they probably just want to just like go crawl into a cave, a cave. So yun. So yeah. But yeah, Moxx is right. Learn from your failures. Your failures are what make you who you are today, and they are like badges to your belt. They're like battle scars that you should very, very proudly wear.
That's true. Speaking of badges, the reason why I have this, the biggest reason why I even have this workshop webinar is because all the things that I have learned, everything that I've failed in and learned from, are the things that I'm teaching right now. So yeah, well, I think that's about it. Thank you very much, Alex, for lending your short time with us. I know busy ka, and you probably
after this I'm jumping into this to record pa. So yes, it is. But I just want to share. Yeah, I wanted to share with everyone. I wasn't where I am today. I've always prayed for this. So don't forget to also be thankful, because for once you did pray where you are right now.
Yes.
But don't lose hope, because my situation wasn't always like this. I wasn't getting jobs. I wasn't getting hosting gigs. I wasn't getting VOs. But if you're willing to lay down the bricks and really do the work and stick at it, believe me, you will get what you deserve.
Amen to that.
Amen. Thank you so much, Moxx. Thank you very much for lending your time. Anything you want to promote? You want to share with everybody, your Facebook page, your Instagram, whatever? Yes, please. Please do like and subscribe my YouTube channel. It's called Radiohead by Emcee. My only objective there is to really just share music and artists with you. And also, I'm on Instagram at Emcee. And every Monday at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live, we have a show with Vince, Justin, Ariana. It's called Geek Speak. So, Moxx, we'd love to have you on the show also.
Radiohead by
Radiohead by. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you. Yes.
Yeah. Ayun. So I hope you guys could also support Alex with everything that she's doing right now, and I hope you flourish more on what you're doing. And I'm really happy that you're getting all the opportunities, especially in this time of crisis. So hopefully we'll all get through this, and everybody will, just forget about this ever happened. But anyway, thank you once again, Alex, and hopefully we'll be able to do another job soon.
Yes, I worked with Moxx. We've known each other for quite some time, but we only worked together last January, just this January.
Oh, this January lang. So
and by the way, sorry, last night, I know I keep butting in, but Moxx is actually the one who got me that gig. See, that's what we're saying is you have to be very respectful to your colleagues, no matter where you are in life, because, they can sometimes do a lot of things for you. And in this case, Moxx got me a gig in January. It's still income for my family. So thank you, Moxx. I really, really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. All right, so that's about it. Maybe Alex can stick around to say goodbye. But anyway, I'd like to invite everyone. Anyway, thank you. See you soon. Ayan. So you heard Emcee. I hope you guys can support her with her stuff, her show, her videos, her audios. But anyway, just before I go, I'd like to invite everybody to please check out my upcoming hosting workshop webinar. It's happening on September 19. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you get extended, it can go longer, but it's only for 2,000 pesos. If you guys are interested to learn about hosting and know more of the technical side, the fancy side, the gruesome side of hosting, all you need to do is to hit me up. Just message me on www.facebook.com/yourinnervoiceworkshops. I'll give you the link. I'll send you the link on how to register. Just pay the fee online. You don't need to go to the bank. You can do GCash if you want. That's very, very easy for your own convenience. Learn at the convenience of your own home. All right, so that's about it. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you guys stuck around until the end, thank you very much. This is Coach Moxx once again for another live coach sessions. I hope to catch you soon. I'll be posting my next schedule on when I'm going to be doing this, but it's probably going to be every Thursday anyway. So hope to catch you guys next Thursday, 8 p.m., same time, same Facebook page. This is me saying bye-bye. There. So yeah, bye-bye.